Think back for a second to your first few weeks at a new job. Remember how you learned the ropes? Sure, there were the official training sessions, but the real learning? That happened in the informal moments, catching bits of conversations, watching how others handled situations, those quick questions in the hallway. That's what we call office osmosis, and it's been quietly shaping company culture for decades. But hybrid work has completely disrupted this invisible force that kept our teams aligned and informed. Today we're diving deep into what this means for your team, and more importantly, what you as a people leader can do about the loss of office osmosis. When we were all in the office full-time, learning happened naturally and continuously. Let's explore what I mean. That moment when you overheard your colleague handle a difficult client call, or the brainstorming session that started while you were getting a coffee. Those casual lunch conversations where you discovered who really knew the product inside out. Or the subtle cues about when to speak up in meetings and when to hold back. All of these in-person moments were quietly teaching us about the culture, about the way we do things around here. But in our hybrid world, these organic learning opportunities are becoming increasingly rare. In some cases, they're just not happening at all. Osmosis isn't working. And it's not just because we're working from home more often. Let's break down what's really happening. Even when we're in the office, we're often not really present in the same way. We might be physically there, but our in-office days have become back-to-back meeting marathons. We're jumping from one video call to another, overloaded, even when we're sitting just a few desks apart. Monday's crowd isn't Tuesday's crowd, which definitely isn't Thursday's crowd. This fragmentation means we're missing out on cross-team connections that used to happen naturally and organically. Those casual relationships that used to form the backbone of our organizational knowledge, those connections are harder to build and maintain now. Now you might be thinking, okay, so we're missing out on some water cooler chat. So what? Is it really that big a deal? Well, let me show you what's really at stake. New team members are struggling to get up to speed. They're missing out on those countless micro-learning moments that used to accelerate their integration and personal development. Company values and culture aren't just words on a wall. They're lived experiences. But how do you live them when you're connecting through a screen? Those, hey, what if we tried moments that used to spark innovation, where are they? They're happening less frequently, and we're all feeling the impact. We're seeing a new kind of workplace divide. Those who are closer to the information and in the know versus those who aren't, and it correlates directly with the office presence. But here's the good news, we can fix this. We just need to be more intentional about how we share information and build connections in this new world of work. Now that we understand what we're losing with reduced office osmosis, let's talk solutions. And it starts really with making the implicit explicit. Think about how many times you've heard the phrase, oh, just ask Sarah, she knows everything about that. Or, John usually knows how to handle those situations. Or, that's just how we've always done it. In a hybrid world, these casual referrals don't work anymore. Sarah might be working remotely. John might be in a different time zone. And how we've always done it needs to be documented for everyone to be able to access easily. This is where the team charter comes in. Now I know what you're thinking. Great, another document to create and forget about. Thanks, Brett. But stick with me, because this time it's different. A team charter is essentially a written agreement that outlines how your team operates. It's not just about roles and responsibilities, though that's part of it. It's about capturing the essence of how your team works together. It's not just another policy document. It's your team's operating system. Let's look at what it can include. Working location and time zones. Working hours and commitments, personal or otherwise. Working environment and preferences. Communication channels, escalation procedures, key meetings. The magic of a team charter isn't just in what it contains, it's in how you create it. Here's how to do it right. Involve everyone in the process. Encourage open discussion about pain points. Share personal constraints and preferences. Build consensus rather than imposing rules. Schedule quarterly check-ins. Adjust based on what's working and what isn't. Keep it relevant as the team changes. Update as work patterns evolve. Make it easily accessible. Keep it in an editable format. Track changes and updates. Include real-world examples. Let me share some practical tips for making your team charter successful. Begin with the most pressing issues. Add details as needs arrive. Don't try to solve everything at once. Just keep adding as needed. Use actual scenarios from your team. Include specific examples. Avoid corporate jargon. Keep it practical and actionable. Reference it in team meetings. Use it in onboarding. Update it based on feedback. And celebrate when it helps solve problems. Remember, you're not trying to perfectly replicate office osmosis. With hybrid, you're building something new and potentially better. A team charter isn't about restricting freedom. It's about creating clarity that empowers everyone to do their best work, regardless of where they're sitting. In the accompanying exercise, we'll explore how to create your own team charter. You'll get a template and a step-by-step guide on how to make this happen for your team. Let's get started.